All right. What to do if you hired a bad contractor? This is really huge, you guys, because these are some of the things that nobody really wants to do, and that's have the tough conversation. I know that having tough conversations, it puts everybody in a tight spot, especially if you like the person. If this person seems like a sweet person, and we don't want to hurt their feelings and stuff like that, because we're trying to help. Our main thing as an entrepreneur, we're trying to help everybody. But at the end of the day, it's either going to be us or them. And we have to have tough conversations and let them know, okay, we got to address this right now. Now, what you can do is, and I know this is what we do. We normally wait until the contractor is off of the premises, off of the property. We wait until the end of the shift. We do not discuss anything with them while they are on site. You don't know if these people got a bad attitude. They might start destroying stuff. You don't know if they're going to be starting disturbing the peace, be loud and be extraordinary, because people turn into different people when you try to let them go. So you want to be able to address the issue early and have clear communication. If you want to, do it over the phone. That is a good thing that you can do. But make sure before you do this that you actually write it out. You actually have a real legitimate note taken on what is going to be discussed, because you can get thrown off the conversation, and you want to control the call, and you don't want to be thrown off. You want to document everything. If they did something on December the 4th, you want to make sure you notate on December the 4th. Have notations. I know on Slack, we actually record everything. Okay, did you put pictures on Slack? Did they get a sign off? It's so many things that you can notate, and that way when it comes a time, you can go back and you can actually reference to it and say, you know what, now I see why we're having this issue. I see on December the 4th you didn't take pictures, so I don't have anything to fight upon that. I see here on December the 16th, the client, she messaged us on Slack and said that the pillows had stains on them. I see here that the client also complained, saying that a guest moved in on December the 18th and stated that they found trash in the trash can. So when you address this contractor, you're able to tell them, okay, so hey, listen, we've been taking notation, because you're not restricted to tell them, hey, listen, I have to keep you on, and you got to give them a warning. You have to give them a written write-up. You don't have to do all that unnecessary stuff, because you're not dealing with an employee. You're dealing with the contractor. So in this instance, as long as you keep the footprints on why you're letting them go, to explain to them, hey, listen, it's not going to work, then you can actually address it and let them know, hey, listen, on December the 4th, on December the 18th, on December the 20th, this is what led up to this point. We really appreciate everything that you have done, but you will have to let them know that this partnership isn't working. Because now with us losing, this client, if we have the potential of losing this client, everybody's going to be without revenue. So now you're going to have to set boundaries and hold them accountable to it if they keep messing up, and let them know, listen, we can't. If this happens again, this is what's going to happen. This is something that you can also put inside your service agreement, letting them know if this happens, then X, Y, and Z will take place. So that way, their expectation, they already know, if I miss a clean or if I do this, then I know what the repercussions are going to be.
Okay.
No questions.
I'm just making sure everybody.
Our phones are lagging.
I'm asking a question, Ms. Johnson.
Good morning. I'm just stepping in.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms.
Yeah, I have a
Johnson.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in other words, do not just get a job and put a subcontractor on that job. That's something that you have never done before.
Correct, because you don't know that person's rapport, right? You don't know, because people talk. I don't know who else has experience, but people lie. They may tell you that they know how to clean the sun, the moon.
Know that they lie.
You know what I'm saying? And cleaning your mom's house and your friend's house, your grandma's house, is different than cleaning a commercial or residential client's house.
Or we would let them clean one of your old clients' contracts. Like if you have a contract that for like 3 years and you have good relationship with that client, I would put a new contractor in there, because if they mess up, I got such a strong relationship with the client isn't going to fire me just because of that one little mess up. They already been rocking with us for years. They ain't going nowhere. So I usually start off new contractors in my old accounts, or they can go to a family member's house, a friend's house. Hell, I send them to my house, just to kind of build a rapport. Y'all tracking?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
Like I just had this conversation with my daughter too. She's starting a new account on Thursday, and she wanted to put her friend in the account. And I was just telling her how dangerous that is. Like, this is your first time working with this girl. This girl might not even show up to the damn account, and it's a new account. So that's risky. I wouldn't put a new person in a new account. That's very risky. Okay.
So
And then, yeah, go ahead.
So I told this story before because when I became a independent contractor, subcontractor, independent contractor is different. But I became an independent contractor for this cleaning company. And I did a lot of jobs with. Anyway, in his contract, when you start, he sends you on a test clean, which is what you're talking about. You want to try them out. So he sent me to his sister-in-law's house. Well, what happened to me, and I don't know if they were trying to set me up to see if I was going to feed into it, or if she was just trying to find out information about him. I still don't know to this day, but when I got there, she was kind of feeling me out. And I don't talk a lot. I go there, do what I got to do. I don't know you. You don't know me. You're not my client, blah, blah, blah. So she started asking me like kind of questions about him, like, but she didn't ask me really anything directly about him, but she just kind of made a phrase to me and said, oh, well, you're new and he's kind of cheap and he don't like to pay his people, Well, and here I am. I didn't know what to say. So I just said, I'm just starting out in this account. I can't make any comments on that. So I don't know if they were trying to see if I was going to play into it, but she could go back and tell him, well, she said that, and then they would have fired me. Or maybe she was just trying to find out really what he was paying me versus what she was paying him. So this is the kind of dynamic that you kind of deal with when you're out in the field and you're new in accounts. So I just wanted to put that out there.
That's true. That's very, very true. And I wouldn't feed into it. It's a lot of, you're going to deal with a lot of that, and you just have to use your discernment. Okay. I had a situation where we hired a new lady, and I sent the new lady to go work with 2 cleaners. And me and Tamika actually liked this lady. We liked this lady so much, we was going to make her a quality control inspector, and we was going to help her out and give her some accounts. Well, we found out that the lady had been talking so much crap about me and Tamika to the 2 employees that were in there. And not employees, but contractors. The 2 contractors that were there happened to be my best friends. So she's talking all of this mess to the wrong people, basically. So of course they came back and told me, they was like, oh girl, we got some stuff recorded for you. Y'all ready for this? Because this girl need to be fired today. She said this about you. She said that about you. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? We loved the girl. We thought that she was a great cleaner, but I didn't know that this is the nature of the business. Some people come in, and she came in as one way, but her intentions was to take over. Like to, I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna learn her systems, I'm gonna take her clients. So she was a snake,
Everybody, yeah, that's not good.
She came in really, really good. Like she knew what to say. She'd be wild. My clients, the clients loved her, but her intentions was to learn my systems, get my checklist. She had documents of all my checklists, of everything, like the apps that I use. So she was really just here to get what she can get and go, basically.
Did she own her own business, Miss Johnson?
Yes,
Somewhere
she
Yeah.
I
did.
didn't know. She did.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Oh my
Yes, she did.
God.
And I wouldn't have known this if my best friend didn't tell me. She had it all recorded.
Mhm.
You know, so this girl, so my friends, they're just playing along with her, like, girl, yeah, cause this job ain't nothing. I'm gonna leave too, girl, and da 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 da. So they're just playing along with what she's saying, you know, and yeah, that we found out that that's what that was. If you are enjoying this class right now, you need to be inside the community. Why aren't you inside of our community? No, listen. Let me explain to you something first, okay? The cool thing about the community is our community is free for 7 days, okay? So after that 7 days, you do have to pay, but for 7 days, you can literally come inside the community today. Click right here where it says start here, and I have what's called a beginner's checklist video, just quick wins for you to get started with your cleaning business. Okay, I even threw in some freebies. So I got Airbnb service agreements, residential service agreements, commercial service agreements that you can snatch up. A lot of good freebies, checklists, and all of the above right here that you can snatch up for free. All you got to do is sign up for these 7 days. Okay. Also, we also have a pricing sheet in here for you. Okay. For you to price. If you don't know how to price, we got a whole pricing sheet inside here for you. Okay. But listen, you got to come inside the community, man. You got to come in here. Look at these videos. All of these videos are completely free for my newbies. We're 7 days free. There's no excuse at this point for you not to grow your cleaning business and make a transition, okay? Some of y'all, if you ain't made 10K a month yet, why are you playing? I don't understand. Like, the community is free for 7 days. If you just absolutely don't have $97 a month, come in for 7 days, get what you can get, and then cancel at any time. It is completely okay. I just want to see you win, okay? So hopefully y'all will make that transition and you will pay your $97 a month and join our membership and join our classes and grow with our amazing community. But if you don't, listen, it's free for 7 days. That's all I got to say. Hopefully I see y'all in class tomorrow.